It's the blockbuster trade we've been waiting for. Jack Eichel is going to the Vegas Golden Knights. This is Instant Analysis presented by Tylenol Rapid Release Gel Caps, rapid release for rapid relief. And I'm very pleased to be joined now by Jeff Marek. The return is Peyton Krebs, Alex Tuck, a top 10 protected first-round pick in 2022, and a second-rounder in 2023. There's also a third-round pick going with Eichel to Vegas from Buffalo. Now, my question to you, Jeff, is we've been waiting on this trade for what feels like a lifetime. So why now, and what's your initial reaction?
So there's a couple of things here, Jesse. One, Jack Eichel really needs this surgery, and I think that should be in the top of everyone's mind right now. Like, the person I feel best for this trade, it's not the Buffalo Sabres, it's not the Vegas Golden Knights, it's Jack Eichel, who now can finally have the surgery and relieve some of the pain that he's been experiencing going back to that game against the Islanders last March. Why did it happen? A couple of things. One, he really needs the surgery, and it felt as if, right now they're at a crucial point where he needs to have this ASAP. And two, I don't think anybody wanted this to go the grievance route. I don't think Jack Eichel's camp with his agent Pat Brisson at CAA, I don't think they wanted to go the grievance route. The Buffalo Sabres didn't want to go the grievance route. The NHL didn't want this to go to the grievance route either. So, we first felt that this trade was going to get done last Friday. Obviously, it didn't. It took a little bit more time, but they got there. My initial thoughts about this one, there's an old saying, whoever gets the best player in the trade wins the trade, and Jack Eichel is the best player in this deal. But I think, Jesse, the Buffalo Sabres went into this one thinking this. It's going to be really tough to win a trade when you're moving someone who, when he's healthy, is arguably a top 10 player in the NHL. I shouldn't even throw the caveat in there. He is a top 10 player in the NHL. The best thing you can do if you're the Sabres and general manager Kevin Adams is make the best possible deal you can for both right now and, more importantly, for the Buffalo Sabres for the future. There are only a limited amount of teams that will be able to absorb the cap hit and be able to have the necessary pieces to go back to the Buffalo Sabres. Calgary was one of them, the New York Rangers until they signed Zibanejad. The Anaheim Ducks, we heard Elliot Friedman reported on Thursday morning, Carolina was interested as well. But there really were only a handful of teams that could have made this deal. And from the Buffalo Sabres point of view, this was the best package that Kevin Adams was offered.
Kevin Adams also said that retaining salary in this deal was a non-starter. So that may have affected the return he could get from any particular team. Now, even going up until as late as yesterday, the two teams involved most heavily seemed to be Vegas and Calgary, Jeff. Now, there were a lot of wild rumors about the Flames, and we don't need to get into those. But just speaking more generally, the Flames don't get this deal done. Are they missing out here?
Well, they are. Anytime you're in the running to get someone like Jack Eichel and you don't get him and he goes to another team, it's certainly not a great day. I'll tell you what, the Battle of Alberta in the last couple of years has really heated up. And a lot of that has to do with some of the antics, if you want to use for lack of a better term, antics of someone like Matthew Tkachuk. And it's really added a whole new level to the Battle of Alberta, which has really been silent over the last, little while. But the past couple of seasons, this thing has heated up. This would have added another log to the fire. First of all, both teams are good right now. You would have Connor McDavid on one end. You'd have Jack Eichel on the other end. They went 1-2 in the draft and now going head to head in the vaunted BOA. That just would have been too juicy. And, for our purposes, Jesse, as broadcasters, it's more a little bit easy storyline to go over each time. But I guess they're still in the same division. So we're still going to see Eichel go up against Connor McDavid plenty.
All right, so we'll have to settle for that. And I do agree with what you said a little bit earlier. The big winner in this trade, Jack Eichel's neck.
Yep.
He really needed that procedure. He's been injured for a very long time. So in the end, it looks like everybody kind of got what they wanted. We had to wait a very long time to get it, but we're finally here. It feels like a weight has been lifted. Jeff, thanks so much for your time as always.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse. Always a pleasure. Thanks, pal.